Good afternoon, everyone. While you're enjoying the beginnings of your lunch, we're going to get started with today's program. So feel free to eat as we go through the program. I'd like to welcome you all to the 2022 President's Pro Bono Service Awards ceremony. It is fitting that each year on Law Day, we present the President's Pro Bono Services Award to honor the attorneys, law students, law firms, and justice programs that have provided extraordinary pro bono service to those in need. No matter what the Law Day's theme, the public good and public service is always at its heart. Chief Judge Kay, or former Chief Judge Kay, addressed Law Day in 1996. And in her address, she said, "On this Law Day, we in the court system celebrate our independence and we celebrate our connectedness. Both are essential to the rule of law. We take neither for granted. The framers provided us with a magnificent concept and an exquisite blueprint, but each generation must work to ensure that the integrity of the plan is preserved and its fullest potential is realized." We are thrilled to be back here in person. This year, after 2 years of Zoom ceremonies. And more than that, we are ecstatic to recognize the very best of our profession with these prestigious awards. Now, we all know that we don't do pro bono for the awards, but it is always nice to be recognized and rewarded for your good acts. Even as a law student, I was drawn to pro bono service, indigent defense work, and advocacy for the homeless. My career has always been grounded in the belief that you can make a difference helping one client at a time, and that no person should be denied access to justice. One of my goals as a bar leader has been to support the incredible work that lawyers do each and every day to serve the public good. My year as co-chair of the President's Committee on Access to Justice has thus far been a true honor. Working with the Committee on Legal Aid on studying the impact of COVID-19 on the indigent representation and equal access to justice. Being a Legal Aid Society attorney myself, this work has always helped to better inform my practice. I want to single out my co-chairs of the President's Committee, Winnie Martin and Tiffany Liston. You are essential in the fight for justice, and to this year's co-chair of the Committee on Legal Aid, Sally Curran and Adrian Holder. Thank you, and I hope we continue to work together for the years to come. And it has also been a pleasure to work with my friend, our current NYSBA president, T. Andrew Brown. We were friends through the bar before being honored with its leadership. He has never forgotten his humble roots and where he came from. He has always made sure he could represent those in need. He fights for those who do not have a voice and the marginalized in our society. Andrew has been a constant supporter of pro bono and access to justice efforts. Recently, trying a pro bono case in the federal court just down the street, right down the street from here, while balancing his responsibilities of the NYSBA presidency. I now turn the program over to our president, T. Andrew Brown.
Good afternoon, friends and colleagues, honorable judges. Thank you for being with us today. Sherry, you have been a terrific partner, and I thank you for the year we've shared, and our friendship goes back a long way, long before our leadership terms, and I know that it will continue long after, and I look forward to supporting you in your endeavors as president, which will start in just about a month's time. I also want to take a moment to thank Winnie Martin and Tiffany Liston for serving as co-chairs of such an important committee. The President's Committee on Access to Justice is a pillar of the New York State Bar Association and an inspiration to the greater legal community. I am proud to call you colleagues and friends that serve on the committee. It is my distinct privilege to join you all this afternoon to commemorate Law Day and the outstanding tradition of pro bono service. No matter what life holds for us, lawyers continue to fight for access to justice. Indeed, the ceaseless pursuit of equal justice for all guides us like a shining light. Our profession has a storied tradition of providing pro bono legal services to make sure that those who are unable to afford a lawyer are treated fairly. We know that access to justice matters because money and influence are still barriers to justice. As such, my firm and I represent as many pro bono clients as possible. We view it as an obligation. With each pro bono case we take on, with every hour we dedicate to pro bono work, we steadily break down that barrier. This is our calling as lawyers. Our charge is to use our unique knowledge and abilities to seek out justice for others. As lawyers, we defend the rule of law and fight for universal access to justice. This is the oath we took when we became lawyers. It is our sacred trust. We most faithfully fulfill our calling when we use our skills to help people who would be without protection, without defense, otherwise. We know that our justice systems work best when both parties are represented in legal matters, and that's sometimes something we have to explain to those non-lawyer friends of ours. It's part of our very system. Each side should have strong representation, regardless of charges that might be lying against him or her. When life is at its hardest, lawyers do not shy away. Good lawyers step up, step forward, take on the tough cases. This year, we proved how vital our work is to the rule of law and to the public good. Today's honorees represent the very best of our proud tradition. I know that today's honorees would say that pro bono service is not about winning awards. That's not why you do it. Nevertheless, we should be publicly acknowledging your work, both to highlight your valiant efforts and to encourage others to follow in your footsteps. Your stories are inspiring. Because of you, veterans receive the legal services they deserve. Because of you, sexual abuse survivors found justice and non-traditional workers received protection from sexual harassment. Because of you, refugees from Afghanistan were able to find safety in the United States. Because of you, families have remained intact and strong. Because of you, so much other good has been provided. I thank you, each and every one of you, for your efforts this year to ensure access to justice for all. You are the heart, indeed the very soul, of the legal profession. You are here today because a friend or colleague recognized that you acted selflessly and for the good of humanity. You are receiving this prestigious award today because you believe that one advocate can in fact change someone's life. The New York State Bar Association is your partner in these efforts. As a statewide organization, NYSBA helps expand access to justice by leveraging our resources statewide and nationally. We develop memoranda of understanding. We develop memoranda in support of legislation, lobby state legislators and members of Congress on issues impacting access to justice, and push for more funding for your programs. We advocate to increase the judiciary budget to create more judgeships, particularly in the family courts. We have argued strongly for a civil equivalent to Gideon, so all New Yorkers have a right to counsel regardless of ability to pay. And we will keep fighting to ensure that assigned counsel receive the hourly compensation they so rightly deserve. By collaborating with each other, we bring out the best in every one of us and stay engaged and motivated for our critical work. If there is one thing I hope you will take away from today's ceremony, it is this: you are essential. You are essential to the functioning of our judicial system. Please keep up the good work, and our next presenter is a true believer in how critical pro bono service is. Recently, she was appointed to the state's highest court. I was privileged and honored to witness her investiture ceremony not long ago. In a very short time, she has made an indelible impact on the court with her efforts to assist Afghan women judges and ensure that the rule of law is protected. I could say so much more, but time will not allow. So please join me in welcoming Court of Appeals Associate Judge Madeline Singas.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting me to share in celebrating and recognizing the generous and important contributions of these lawyers to our common mission of ensuring equal access and equal justice under the law. It really is so nice to be with all of you in person following such a wonderful and inspiring Law Day program. Thank you to President T. Andrew Brown and to President-elect Sherry Levin Wallach for the opportunity to say a few words. I'm going to start my remarks with a quote from Gandhi. Man, but in my head I always say woman, man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow man. And now I had wanted to individually thank all of the award recipients and to note the extraordinary service that they have provided. But then I opened the program and thought, whoa, that's a lot of names. So I have just a few minutes. And then I thought, yeah, wow, that is a lot of names. And I'm happy that so many of you are being recognized for the work that you are doing. I didn't change my mind about reading the names because I know that all of you will be recognized in due time. But my hope is that that list continues to grow exponentially year after year. As someone I know spoke recently about her time working with Mother Teresa in Calcutta, and she said whenever she speaks about that period in her life, people always approach her and ask her, how did you do that? Did you apply through a program? Did you have to get training? How is it that you found yourself there? And she always says, no, I just did it. I got on a plane, I went to India, and I offered my services for as long as they were necessary. And I thought, that's what service really is, isn't it? You simply do it. So many lawyers and other individuals recognize, appreciate, and empathize with the fact that there are so many who urgently need legal assistance and representation. But it's the people we are honoring today, and so many like you across the state, who turned those thoughts into actions, who honor our profession through service to those who need it most, who simply do it. And for that, we say thank you, and we are grateful. Today's award recipients come from every part of our state and represent a varied cross-section of our legal profession. They are seasoned attorneys and law students, law schools and law firms, both small and large. Their greatest resource, their time, is given generously, and they use their degrees and their talents to help individuals and families navigate the myriad of legal issues that confront them, from homelessness to domestic violence to immigration to housing crises. I'm proud to say New York State has continued to build upon its status as a national leader in meeting civil legal needs of low-income individuals and families. With the guidance and assistance of the New York State Permanent Commission on Access to Justice, our Chief Judge has pursued a collaborative approach to closing the access to justice gap in our state, as has the Office for Justice Initiatives, led by the Deputy Chief Administrative Judge Edwina Mendelson, which supports many court-based volunteer lawyer programs. Of course, many of these initiatives are sustained by the steadfast funding support the judiciary has received from its partners in the legislative and executive branches, who have annually approved over $100 million to support direct grants to civil legal service providers. And that represents the highest level of funding support of any jurisdiction in the entire nation. At the end of the day, though, we cannot succeed in meeting the legal needs of impoverished New Yorkers without the strong commitment and the generous pro bono contributions of the bar, and many of the lawyers and law firms represented here today, who recognize that we all have a professional, ethic, and yes, moral obligation to serve those who cannot afford counsel to assist them with legal matters involving the very essentials of life, particularly in this moment in history when the pandemic has exacerbated the legal and economic difficulties of so many New Yorkers. That's why I'm so honored and privileged to have this opportunity today on behalf of my colleagues at the New York State Court of Appeals to thank all of you sincerely for your commitment to service. Thank you to President Brown and the State Bar for recognizing today's award recipients, and thank you to all the leaders and members of this association for encouraging and maintaining a strong and dynamic pro bono culture in our state. I'm going to close as I began with another quote, this one from President Woodrow Wilson as he addressed graduates of Swarthmore College. "You are not here merely to make a living. You are here to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, and with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world. You impoverish yourself if you forget this errand." Thank you to all the recipients for remembering the errand. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Singas, for your remarks and insights. Now, we will begin with our awards presentation. But perhaps we are running early enough, so we'll take a few moments to allow lunch to be started, if there are no objections. And then we'll reconvene our formal program at about 1:15, you know what, I've been a trial lawyer for a long time, and I learned a long time ago that you always have a watch on when you stand up to give a closing argument, because otherwise you speak too long, and I stand before you without a watch on today. So I could not say we will take a break until a certain time. And thank you, Judge C. That's my friend, Judge Mendelson, who called me out on that. Let's take about a 10-minute break. We'll allow lunch to get started, and then we'll continue on, and we'll continue our program through lunch. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Where am I?
Okay, so these are your notes that you've made? Because
Yeah,
I have a new one
right
right
here.
here.
No, I don't know.
You don't want to use this one?
No,
Okay,
'cause I
so
don't- We're going to continue our program. We do have a number of people to recognize, so I want to begin our awards presentation. And again, and hopefully I'll say this a number of times today, thank you for all the good work that you do. Pro bono service is something that is part of who we are as lawyers. It's part of our profession. It's something that we all do for the good of others, and at the end of our days, when we look back, we're going to celebrate the work we did for others, probably much more so than the work we simply did for ourselves. So let me begin with our awards, and what I'm going to do is read the award recipients and just say a brief bit about each one. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of time to be able to read their full bios, but I have done that in the past, and I can assure you each and every one of these recipients is incredibly impressive and accomplished. And I'm proud to be a member of the same profession with each and every one of you. Our first Judicial District awardee is Neva Dayton-Strom. Neva is unable to attend today's ceremony. Neva has volunteered with NYSBA's Pro Bono Network Surrogates Court Volunteer Group since May of 2020. She has served as a member to other volunteer attorneys and shared her expertise on surrogate court matters over the years. Thank you, Neva. Our second Judicial District awardee, Peter Devries. Peter is a Brooklyn attorney with more than 15 years as a general practitioner. He works with the Brooklyn Volunteer Lawyers Project, providing divorce, bankruptcy, and guardianship services to those in need with an emphasis on Spanish-speaking clients. Prior to opening his own firm, he worked as a public defender in Phoenix, a provider of legal and business services to street vendors in Manhattan, and as an associate for Brooklyn law firms. Thank you, Peter. Our third Judicial Department awardee is Jessica Vinson. Jessica provides pro bono services through the Private Attorney Involvement Program of the Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York. She was the director and founder of the Legal Clinic to aid survivors of domestic violence in Glens Falls. Jessica is the managing partner of Vela Carbone and Associates and has extensive legal experience in matrimonial and family law. She is certified divorce mediator and works as an attorney for the child in Saratoga and Warren counties. Thank you, Jessica. Please join us. Our fourth Judicial District awardee is Scott Eisemann. Scott is a former judge advocate for the U.S. Marine Corps. He is a member of the Board of Directors of the Saratoga County Bar Association, where he coordinates the Bar Association's Veterans Affairs Committee and its pro bono Veterans Clinic. Scott is also on the Board of Directors of the New York State Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. He runs a private practice in Saratoga Springs, representing individuals and companies in government investigations. Prior to that, he was a partner at O'Connell and Aronowitz. Scott? Next, I want to recognize the 5th Judicial District awardee in Erica Hooker. Erica is unable to attend today. Erica is an attorney with the Bosquet, or maybe it's Bosquet, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, Holstein, works with the Volunteer Lawyers Project of Onondaga County's free legal clinics at Landlord Tenant Court and Surrogates Court. Erica represents low-income tenants facing eviction. In Surrogates Court, she advises pro bono clients in estate administration and legal guardianships. Erica could not be with us today, but please join me in giving her applause. Next, our 6th Judicial District awardee is Robert Wedlake. Robert is unable to attend today's ceremony. I believe Alexandra Hyken from the Legal Aid Society of Mid-New York will be accepting the award on his behalf. Robert is a partner at Hinman, Howard, Cattell, and a member of the firm's real estate department. Robert also practices landlord-tenant law. Robert is a former chair of the Broome County YMCA Board of Directors and former chair of the Broome County American Red Cross. He is also former president of the Broome County Bar Association and a former member of the Shenango Forks School District's Dollars for Scholars organization. Is Alex Simon here? There he is. Yeah.
You gotta wait for the professional.
And next, the 7th Judicial District awardee is Henry Jones. Henry is a retired court attorney referee. He represents pro bono clients for Just Cause New York in family court matters such as preparation and filing of petitions and child support litigation. He also works with legal assistants of Western New York, reviewing divorce judgment rolls prepared by Law New York and its clients. Henry also advises the Legal Aid Society of Rochester's Uncontested Matrimonial Clinic. Henry? Next, the 8th Judicial District awardee is Charles D. Greco. For over 25 years, Charles has practiced environmental and land use law while serving on numerous community boards and commissions, including the City of Buffalo Environmental Management Commission, Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper, Preservation Buffalo Niagara, and Western New York Book Arts Center and City Honors Crew. Charles has been practicing law in Buffalo for over 25 years, developing a broad-based practice, including environmental litigation and compliance, land use planning, development and litigation, environmental review compliance, municipal law, and alcoholic beverage licensing. Charles? The 9th Judicial District Awardee is Jill Miller. Jill stepped away from a successful career practicing entertainment law at Frankfurt, Kernet, Klein, and Seltz to raise her twins. When the Pace Women's Justice Center opened a walk-in clinic in 2017 to serve victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and elder abuse, she became a pro bono attorney there. After a brief stint as a corporate lawyer at Proskauer Rose, Jill spent 13 years practicing entertainment law at Frankfurt Kernet, 5 of those as a partner. Thank you, Jill. Are you here? Our 10th Judicial District Awardee is Dennis Buchanan. Since his retirement from a 25-year career in corporate compliance and human resources, Dennis has been volunteering through the Nassau County Bar Association in the Volunteer Lawyer Project. Dennis also assists small nonprofits with employment issues. He is an active board member for several nonprofits. During the early days of the pandemic, he volunteered to administer COVID vaccinations for South Nassau Community Hospital. Dennis, please join us. I'm told that Dennis is unable to attend today. Our 11th Judicial District Awardee is Regina Alberti. And Regina is unable to attend today. Regina began her pro bono service career for the Queens Volunteer Lawyers Project in 2002. She won a small firm practitioner award from In Motion, a legal assistance program for women, for representing victims of domestic violence in divorce, custody, and orders of protection cases. Born in Havana, Cuba in 1945, she came to the United States. In 1961, she began working. She earned her high school diploma, bachelor's degree, associate's degree, and law degree while working full-time. That's noble. After working for firms in intellectual property and personal injury law, she opened a solo practice. She focuses on family law, bankruptcy, real estate, and probate and small estate matters. Please, let's join applause. Next, our Young Attorney Awardee is Emily Allen. Emily, a Fordham Law School graduate, has been a legal intern with Brooklyn Legal Services Corporation, advocating for tenants in Bedford-Stuyvesant. She helped draft legislation to extend New York State's sexual harassment protections to non-traditional workers. As a student, Emily helped design a program aimed at holding non-traditional employers accountable for sexual harassment and poor working conditions in the modeling industry. As a legal fellow in the Immigrant Rights Clinic, Emily completed 2 successful petitions for special immigrant juvenile status for 2 minors from El Salvador. Since graduating, she's worked pro bono with Just Cause in the Tenant Defense Project. Emily? Our senior attorney awardee is the Honorable Vera Johnson. The Honorable Vera Johnson is a former supervising administrative law judge for the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance. Since retiring, she has handled pro bono legal matters for the Rural Law Center, Law New York, and the Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she frequently appeared in Troy and Albany as a volunteer in the Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York's Attorney for the Day program. Judge? Our law student awardee is Alexandra Hyken. Alexandra is a second-year law student at Brooklyn Law. She has worked with the Brooklyn Bar Association Volunteer Lawyers Project in consumer debt protection and family law, and with Brooklyn Law School's Safe Harbor Clinic in immigration. She volunteers with the If, When, How, and plans to intern with Advocates for Justice this summer, focusing on public school education and employment discrimination. Alexandra? Our law school group awardee is Albany Law School Immigration Law Society, and I believe accepting for Albany Law School is Jacob Mantee and Ahmad Siraj. The Immigration Law Society and the Justice Center at Albany Law School's Immigration Law Clinic are reducing an enormous backlog of cases involving families trying to get out of Afghanistan since the U.S. withdrawal. More than 220 volunteer hours have been devoted to the Afghan Intake Project, which is dedicated to giving refugees a new home. The ILS at Albany Law School is working for the betterment of immigrants, their community, and the legal profession by way of pro bono projects, community engagement, and trauma-informed lawyering. Please give a round of applause, and please join me here to accept the award for immigrant. Our small law firm awardee is Mucci and Grace. Accepting on behalf of the firm is Christopher Grace. And I've just been informed that he is not arrived yet, so. Despite being a small firm, Mucci and Grace has dedicated a significant amount of time and expertise to assist the Legal Aid Society of Mid-New York and its clients. Since 2015, the firm has taken on pro bono divorce cases, many of which include severe instances of domestic violence, and more recently has become a key part of Legal Aid's eviction defense program. Please join me in recognizing the firm. And Alex is doing double duty. He is going to accept on behalf of the firm.
Because he just likes accepting awards.
He'll be in multiple photos with different names. We'll have legal work coming out of this. Our mid-sized law firm awardee is O'Connell and Aronowitz. And I believe accepting on behalf of the firm is Kirk Bratton. O'Connell and Aronowitz have long established relationships with local organizations, including the Legal Project of the Capital District Women's Bar Association and the Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York. In the last 10 years, its attorneys have performed over 5,000 hours of pro bono work that has benefited individuals and businesses while protecting civil rights and liberties. Kurt? Our large law firm awardee is Winston and Strong. And I believe accepting for the firm is Tara Moss. Winston and Strong has a long, outstanding commitment to excellence in serving public interests and has ranked as a top 25 firm in the American Lawyer Pro Bono scorecard for the past 5 years. During 2021, Winston attorneys in the United States worked on more than 900 pro bono matters, and dedicated 70,000 hours to pro bono legal service. These matters range from helping vulnerable populations gain access to proper protection against COVID-19 and vital economic aid to fighting for racial equality and equity and justice, and supporting the LGBTQ community and immigrants fleeing political and religious persecution. Please join me, Tara.
Congratulations. Yes, I am.
And for this next award, the presentation of Attorney Professionalism Award, an award that we're proud to give out, I want to call forward Vivian Wesson to join me. Vivian is the chair of the Attorney Professionalism Committee. This year's recipient of the 2022 Attorney Professionalism Award goes to Barry McFadden. Over the course of his 31-year career, Barry McFadden has focused on providing legal advice and representation in human services-related areas of law. He has assisted the Ontario County Department of Social Services with child protective proceedings, presented juvenile delinquency petitions in family court, taken actions to free children for adoption, assisted in adult protective cases, and filed petitions for support for children on public assistance. Barry helped create the Ontario County Youth Court and Juvenile Drug Treatment Court, and served on committees and advisory boards seeking to improve services to youth. Barry, please join us.
Barry, you have earned the admiration of your colleagues, the respect of members of the bench, and the grateful appreciation of our community and the countless children for whom you have made a difference. You are highly regarded for your commitment and tireless and honorable representation of children and their welfare. You have an outstanding reputation for being a fearless, compassionate, and ethical advocate. While demonstrating your great integrity, civility, and kindness to all within the legal system. You're known to be an expert in your field, a mentor to many, an attorney of unimpeachable integrity, and comforter to those in need. You're hereby honored for advancing the stature and quality of the profession of law by exemplifying its highest standards and serving as a role model for other attorneys representing the epitome of professionalism. I am humbled to share your profession. Barry. I'll hold the ladder.
Again, I want to thank each and every one of our award recipients who were recognized today. And before I call upon my president-elect and friend, Sherry Levin Wallach, to close us out, I want to again say thank you to Sherry and to Winnie and to Tiffany for the good work that they do in leading the President's Access to Justice Committee. And I want to remind the award winners and those nominators present that photos of award winners along with NYSBA leadership will be taken in Jenny's parlor right after the ceremony, and our staff here will show you where Jenny's parlor is. Thank you.
Thank you. Funny ceremonies. Well, this has been an incredible afternoon, hasn't it? And it's so great that we were able to celebrate it in person this year. I am so happy to see all of you richly honored. I truly feel the contagious joy and the pride in the air today. Before I conclude, I want you all to take a minute and think about what this award means. You changed someone's life. You made someone breathe a little bit easier. You fulfilled your obligation to the rule of law. At a time when it can be hard to see around us, the good around us, we need not to look very far. Everyone here today reminds us of our obligation as lawyers to do good no matter the circumstances. On behalf of the New York State Bar Association and the entire legal community, keep doing the public good. Congratulations, Thank you all, and I hope you have a terrific rest of the day.